So yeah, man, I go by the name of IV. I want to personally thank Ever Evolved and the whole organization and crew for having me once again. I lost count on how many times I've been to Chicago, but every time I'm here, man, everybody shows mad love. So I want to personally thank everybody in the room, man, for being such great hosts, man, for real. All right, bet. Third try is the best. Shout out to DJ Rhymester. Let's go. All right, so if you know what to do during the middle part of this, do that. You know, turn this up too.
Yeah. Killer hater on a night raid. Man, they got me on a tirade. Bombing niggas with the sky ray. Whole album on a high grade. Take a pussy, make it dilate. You a pussy, hope you dilate. Make you suffer, you was undercover, so I spit it rougher just to get you ruffled. Plenty money that was in my duffel. We was young, got it out the muscle. Pray to God, hope you wanna touch it. But I got money, so nigga fuck it. Chillin' no soccer, look like a rocker. Gold on, they was shot lockers. Me, I'm a vet, I ain't spittin' novice. Little niggas tryna watch my pockets. Little bitches turn the rain to bop. Cut it off, I was fucking off. Count money, ain't got luck involved. I was fucking with the underdogs. Stage shows with my nigga brother. They talking that shit, hit you like a missile. Murder the game, they gonna miss you. Rap niggas always got an issue. Revenge on my mind, you gon' need a tissue. You fruity ass nigga, you win a pitch. Angel of death and I got the sickle. I'm sicker than most, you gon' get the stiff shots. Came through looking monumental. You undercover, you was confidential. It's a tsunami, I drop against you. Wave on you, I been influential. Huh?
I can handle myself out here, but I won't. No. That's the truth, brother. That is 1,000%. Yeah. Cause the time has come.
More flows, more tour shows. Heard they aiming at my torso. If you're hating, you a poor soul. Hard as black as Mr. Popo. Dog, you looking like the Popo. Weasel nigga, you a no-show. We be snapping in my dojo. Don't be thinking about the photos. I'm just saying we can float though. Drone vision, get your dome missing. We was zone pimping, now we on pimping. Money bags, plotting long living. Think you cooking, got the wrong kitchen. You a weirdo talking science fiction. I'm an eagle, you a fucking chicken. Hard headed, you don't fucking listen. Fat nigga with the rugged rhythm. Loading the bars like come and get 'em. Trill nigga in designer denim. Shot the Willis store, I'm riding with him. Life game, know we had to hit him. Like the dragon, know a nigga piff. Lord knows I'm so fucking different. IV don't want a fucking mission.
Yeah. I don't want to hear nobody. Nobody biting that either.
Yeah.
You know how y'all niggas get down, man. I got notepad studying this shit. Shit. Like,
Hey, let's go.
Right on. Fuck yes. How's everybody doing? You guys are fucking fantastic. How was that performance? Excellent.
hey.
Thank you very much,
Appreciate
Ivan.
y'all.
Everybody, welcome one more time. Ivan L. Rhymes well over here.
Appreciate it.
Straight up from
Salute.
Florida. Let
Sir,
the
yes,
world
sir.
know, in your own words, who are you?
All right, so I'm a man of many names. You know, Ivan L. rhymes well on all social media, but my official rap name is Ivan L. A lot of people call me IV. Some people call me Vito. But I'm a rap artist from South Florida. Been doing this for quite a while, and I got a plethora of like music on, you know, all streaming platforms. I'm just a guy that works really, really fucking hard, and I really love this genre called rap and hip hop. And yeah, I think I do it pretty well, man. So I'm gonna
Fantastic.
keep going.
Well, that's why we're here today, for the fucking love of hip-hop and music and everything. So thank you very much for coming by and having that awesome performance with us.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man.
How are you familiar with the weather, man? Do you like cold weather? Are you familiar with the snow? You like it?
Honestly, I do fuck with cold weather because, I mean, living in Florida, it's just hot every day. Like, we don't have seasons or anything like that, for real. Like, it'll get cold for like a weekend and niggas will get hype. Like, oh, shit's finna be cold this weekend, and everybody brings out their little jackets and shit. So I prefer the cold, to be honest.
So you didn't bring much jackets then, huh?
Huh?
You didn't bring much jackets then? You're just chilling?
I mean, I brought my winter coat that I bring out like every time I come out here, pretty much.
Every time I walk around this house in this neighborhood, I be seeing guys with like big ass jackets and they have like shorts on at the same time. Like, It makes no sense.
Speaking of which, one of the times I was in Chicago out here, I seen a guy, and it was much colder than it is right now. This dude had chancletas on.
Word.
Like, that blew me away. Like, your toes ain't gonna freeze off, bro. Like,
Well, that's the first thing that gets cold for me right there. I need a heater for that.
yeah, that blew me away.
When was the last time you were out of Florida?
The last time I was here,
Last time you were here?
October. Rhymester will tell you. I don't remember. When was it? January? I don't fucking know. I like I said, I've been here so many times, bro, that I have lost count.
It was like maybe early November.
November?
We came out in early November. We came out. Oh yeah, you're right.
Boom.
This guy
October.
comes in here so often we don't even know anymore.
Yeah, I'm losing count, man. I feel like this is a second home for me, man.
That's dope. Are you from Florida or are you?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Broward County, Florida. I mean, that's where I hail. For real.
When
And
do
I'm
you,
Haitian, so shout out to all the Zoes out there. You know, my family is from Haiti,
is
but
that,
I was born in Broward.
What is a Zoe? How do you explain that?
Zoe is just another word for Haitians, just fellow Haitians.
Shit, I learn something
You
new
know what I
every
mean?
day.
Shout out to Kodak, Wyclef,
Fuck
all of them. You know what I mean?
When you leave Florida, what do you usually do? What do you like plan to do?
When I leave,
Yeah.
perform.
Nothing but artistic work.
Record, perform, and shoot a video wherever I'm at.
So
Real shit.
you don't treat anything as like a vacation, or is everything like just coming out to work?
Nah, I mean, well, you know, like for like people that I'm rolling with or whatever, you know, I try to make it a vacation for them. But anytime I leave the state, it's an excuse to go perform somewhere or connect with some artists. Really, to be honest, I ain't gonna hold you.
So where would be a place that you would ideally go for vacation?
Tokyo, Japan.
Oh,
Yeah,
What's
that's
the
where I
reason for
really
that?
want to go to just kick back and be with my people. You feel me?
what's in Tokyo, Japan for you?
Everything. You know, like
What's the first thing you're gonna do if you go to land in Tokyo?
I want to
Japan?
go see some manga stores. I want to go see the Bape store. I want to there's another brand called Santastic. They did this little known manga called Tokyo Tribe, where it's like hip hop gangs fighting. They got a store out there, so I want to check that out.
So there's like a whole different culture you're like paying attention to out there, huh?
Yeah, they got like a big reggae culture. They got a big hip hop culture.
Seriously, I figured hip hop, but not reggae.
Nah, they got you sleep. They got a big reggae culture. Them Japanese girls get to like
Word.
get
I need
the
to
wine.
get some links. I need to get some links.
All right. Yeah.
I love that Western culture out there, huh?
Yeah,
Fuck it,
yeah,
that's
facts.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, reggae ain't even Western culture. That's more like Central American and everything, right?
Yeah.
So, if you go for a place for vacation or business, what would it be?
For vacation it'll be Tokyo. For business, it'll be New York, man. The city that never sleeps. They always got something going on. Every time I've been there, it's always been cool to connect with people and work. So
You have a lot of people that have like live shows out there, hosting shows and everything.
yeah, a ton. Shout out to my homies Soul Menta. They're actually an instrumental rock band that I was fucking with like years ago, like over 10 years ago, and they still rocking. So they got a strong music scene. I mean, of course, it's New York, so.
Top 5 places you would go to like connect with artists. What do you think would be the best places?
Chicago, let's go. Right here, number 1. Straight up. Number 2 would be probably New York. I'm not gonna lie though, I did my West Coast tour in 2018, and shout out to LA, man. They got a hell of a scene, and so does Vegas. Vegas has a hell of a scene. Was it 2019? My bad. I travel a lot. But yeah, Vegas has a hell of a scene. And then 5th, I don't know what would be 5th. You've been places with me. What would you say? Shout out to Orlando, I guess. Orlando has a great scene. I'm not from there. That's more Central Florida, but they got a cool scene. So shout out to them.
Do you travel more outside of Florida or in Florida?
Due to the pandemic, inside Florida for right now.
Right.
Yeah. But before that, it was more so outside of Florida. We were like touring all over the place.
What do you usually look for when you go outside of your own state?
I try to go places where I already have a connection with an artist. So like for instance, we did Memphis, and one of my guys who's in Bro Life, Beretta Biz, he lives out there, so he was kind of like a good connecting point for me to go out there and meet other artists that way. So I try to just look for somebody I already have a connection with and build from there. Sometimes I'll just go out sight unseen. We did that with Vegas and it worked out. So it just depends.
So you never really come into any place like kind of blind or anything. You always have to have some kind of connection or anything.
Well, I did that with Vegas. We went blind there. We just literally found a venue on Instagram and like said, "Yo, can we throw a show?" And it was down, and we just went blindly and made it happen. But sometimes, you know, it just depends. It's tough. It depends on the region. You know what I mean?
Is there more or less people more open to working with you outside of Florida or inside?
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, for me, and I could be wrong, but I feel like I get more love outside of Florida than inside of it. But that could be because my music is a bit different from what's expected from my state right now. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I love what's going on right now, but, you know, my music isn't necessarily what Kodak does. It's not what X was doing. It's not what Ross does, in a sense, even though Ross is in my top 10. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. So with that being said, my state is kind of like I know there's another state called a show me state, but I really feel like Florida is a show me state, meaning they're not going to get behind you and fuck with you until you already on TV next to Drake. And then they're going to be like, "Oh shit, I know that nigga. I went to high school with him." You know what I'm saying? That's how my state works. So they not going to they fuck with me back home even harder every time I do things like this.
Yeah.
Like every time I show up in Chicago and different places, I get all my homies hit me up like, "Oh shit, man, you really doing it." And da, da, da. But it's like, bro, I'm doing shit down home too. But it's just the type of place where they want to see you doing it outside, and then they're gonna believe in you more.
So you
know, but it makes me work harder.
You would say it's like more of a competitive environment musically out there than aside from like Unified.
For sure, yeah, it really is. Even though a lot of us do try to work together, but everybody wants to be the guy, and I don't really find myself concerned with that. I just want to keep building my fan base.
Decent. What do you think is a big difference between like maybe Chicago and Florida musically?
A lot. A lot. I feel like
Hold your tongue really quick.
I feel like y'all more comfortable with being different and feeling like, fuck it, like I do this type of rap and I do this type of rap. Whereas Florida, it feels like you're being more of a risk taker by being different. You know what I'm saying? So with y'all, I feel like y'all more comfortable with the fact that, yeah, I'm different. And you know what I'm saying?
So like, what kind of subgenres of like hip hop would be dominating Florida? Because like here we would have like conscious rap, we have like drill rap and all that shit.
Right.
Like, what would you think would be more mainstream out in
Dominating
Florida?
right now, SoundCloud rap, and I don't know what you would call what Kodak does, like if it's a genre of itself, but you know, just that type of vibe. He's got a lot of clones. I respect Kodak a lot. He's hella dope. He comes from my neighborhood. Like I literally live 5 minutes away from where he came from. You get what I'm saying? So I got hella respect for what he's done. But he got a lot of clones. So a lot of people have felt like, yo, I gotta, you know, kind of replicate what he did. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of that type of sound happening.
Is there any other genres in Florida that you think are like dominating, or is like just mainly hip hop that people listen to or rap?
I mean, don't get me wrong though. We got a lot of eclectic type artists. It's hard to like really generalize our sound, but I will say the dominating sound is that Kodak type of sound. And then after that, you got a lot of kids who are trying to figure out how to emulate X because he touched a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? As far as like just with his music, it touched their souls, you know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of kids. It's kind of like that Tupac effect. After he died, you had a lot of people trying to replicate his impact. So it's the same way with X.
Is there any other genres like rock music maybe, or fucking house music that's out there in Florida that's really popular? Or just
Yeah, we
like
got a lot
hip-hop?
of punk bands. Shout out to them. Shout out to Audio Crisis. They're from my neighborhood. They're really dope. They're a punk band. Shout out to Rockstar Yogi. He's not a punk artist, but he's like a rapper, but he does like screamo. It's different. Some of y'all met him, you know, so he's hella dope. So we got some shit now as far as like other genres, man. Like we definitely got some shit, and I'm rooting for those guys because I would love to see other genres come up as well, because it's not just about hip hop. I believe in music as a whole, so I want to see them guys come up.
So do you exclusively fuck with hip hop, or are you just open to working with any genre?
I work with any genre because I listen to all genres, to be honest. Like, I mean, Amy Winehouse, my favorite singer. I fuck with like mad different bands, bro. Just some of the shit I listen to, it just depends on the vibe I'm on that particular day. I might be in my Steely Dan bag. I might be in my Hall and Oates bag. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. Depends on my mood.
Decent. That's really cool. Just kind of getting into touch with more of the Florida culture here, because it's more like a surprise for what goes on in Chicago. So it's really interesting to hear all this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, Steely Dan makes sense for us because, I mean, it's Florida, so we like the vibe. All Steely Dan talk about is drinking and vibing. You know what I'm saying? So, it makes sense.
What other kind of subcultures in Florida kind of dominate the, what's it called, artistic scene? Because I know in, like, Chicago, it's like music and graffiti, arts, and we also have, like, history and architecture and stuff like that. What do you think is like the main dominating thing that attracts people to Florida?
Okay, what attracts people to Florida is just the debauchery, to be honest. Oh, you know what I'm saying? The Florida man shit. Just, the beaches, the parties, the South Beach. You know what I'm saying? But that's what puts people in danger because they come for one thing and they don't realize, like, yo, there's a whole other side of Florida. Like, I live in the other side of Florida where it's like niggas will rob you, niggas will plot on you, and it's not just the niggas, it's the girls too. You know what I'm saying? They gonna put something in your drink. If you flossing too hard, they're gonna get you back to the hotel. They're gonna take everything you got. You might not wake up. You know what I'm saying?
If you're a tourist, what would you say? If you were talking to a tourist, where would you tell them to stay away from, and where would you tell them to go to?
All right, I would tell them just stay in the tourist areas, like the beach areas and stuff like that, because the cops keep that very regulated because they want people to keep coming out. So they're gonna make sure the beach areas is nice. I would say don't come out flossing too hard because these girls will come up to you and act like they really like you. But they plotting on you. They're going to sprinkle something in your drink. They're going to take you back to the hotel. Their real boyfriends are going to show up and try to take everything you got, and they might take your life in the process.
That's wild.
So, trust me. I done seen so many tourists come out there and end up on the local news. Local man gets his Rolex taken. Wakes up, doesn't know how he got to his hotel room.
They're on a different hustle out there, huh?
Yeah. And then scams, I don't want to blow it up. I don't want to tell on y'all, but they doing a lot of scamming out there, man. So, yeah, it's a lot of crazy shit, man. Florida is really one of the wildest states in the country.
What's the craziest thing you've seen out there?
The real life Florida. I mean, come on, man. We
have all these stories.
We don't have
Florida,
the guy
man.
get his face eaten. I've personally seen alligators just roaming and chilling. Like, you just, as a Florida person, you just know, like, hey, man, that's a gator.
Dude, how do you react to just an alligator hanging out?
I don't even trip off gators no more, to be honest. Like, that's the wild part. Iguanas and gators, I don't even trip no more. I'm just
like,
used
our
to
thing
it.
in Chicago, we like just randomly walk around and run into like possums and skunks and shit. But like, if I ran into a gator, I don't know how the hell I would react.
Dog, just do not get their attention, bro. Just walk away, man. Let them vibe. Hey, you over here, bro?
Movements.
I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge, bro. Yeah, man.
So what is there like? What is there to do for like recreational activity in Florida?
Too much.
Too much.
That's why people get in this shit. I mean, you can obviously the beach is always there. The nightclubs is ridiculous. The strip clubs is ridiculous. I think we got some of the best strip clubs in the country. But Atlanta probably got us. I ain't gonna lie. But it's a good time, man. If you, it depends on what you're coming for. Huh?
I heard Oregon had good strip clubs.
Oregon?
Yeah,
really?
That's probably a place
Portland?
you gotta. Yeah, apparently
they got some thick ass vegans over there, and I'm coming to find you.
Apparently, I don't know. From what I've been traveling, people have been telling me Oregon is the place to go.
For real.
So if you
Portland, holla at me. Let me know if you want me to come to your
that might be the next
city.
place you gotta hit up when you go out musically.
Oh yeah, Houston. How could I sleep? Yeah, but now James Harden left, so a lot of them probably heading to Brooklyn now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's true. You might actually take one home.
So how about as an artist? Like, what do you go to look for in Florida as an artist, aside from just like a tourist or whatever, looking for fun?
Oh, like if you're an artist visiting?
Yeah.
All right, well, I will say, man, we got a very strong independent like music scene out there. There's a lot of guys like, you could go find, an independent show. You can go get on the show. You can holler at a guy like me, for instance. I throw shows down there, so I'll gladly book guys that come down from wherever and throw shows with them. And I mean, there's plenty of studios. There's a lot of talent down there. Like there's tons of music opportunities. You know what I'm saying?
Is there
A lot of
any
people
like
doing shit.
top 5 artists that you want to shout out in Florida right now, if you have an idea?
Damn, that's put me on the spot. So
Yeah,
please forgive me if I forgot you. You know what I mean? No beef. But
You can
all
go more
right.
than 5 if you.
Yeah, I mean, so first and foremost, shout out to my whole camp, Bro Life. I mean, everybody that I associate with is Brizzle, J Serve, Jansport Jack. Then you got guys outside of my camp. I mean, you got my Nizza, you have Knack David, you have this singer, she's an R&B singer called Summer. There's a chick, who's the chick that plays the guitar at the shows? Sinfully Sweet, she's really dope. XX Tina, I manage her. She's part of my Dead Rapper Society imprint. She's really good. Rockstar Yogi's really cool. I'm trying to think, man. I'm forgetting some of y'all. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Mag Prophet. There's a lot of them, man.
That sounds like a good list, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. Shout out to you guys, man.
I
I'm
hope you
sorry if
guys-
I forgot you. Forgive me. Who?
Everybody gets love from Chicago
Oh,
to
Bentley
Florida.
Coop. Shout out to Bentley Coop. Yeah.
All you guys get love from Chicago to Florida, man. We would definitely love to see you guys here.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is-
For real, when this pandemic is over, I'll bring
That'd be
some people
fucking
through,
awesome.
man, and we'll
Connect-
trade, man.
Yeah, connect Florida to Chicago, man. We're
Yeah,
like
for
definitely
sure.
2 popping cities right there.
Yeah, for real. Like I said, I respect y'all movement fully. I have not met a whack person during my trips here yet. Like, for real, legitimately. No ass kissing. It's like real shit. You all are talented, for real.
What kind of do you guys throw a lot of shows there personally, like local shows?
Yeah, pre-COVID, I was throwing at least one show a month. So I was kind of doing whatever Evolve does. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was throwing a lot of shows and having a good time that way, linking with the local scene, and it was cool, providing opportunities for people.
So Chicago has like a pretty good amount of venues as well. Like you can hit up like Aragon, fucking Riviera, Sub T. What would you recommend for an outsider to go to for a venue?
If you're in my neighborhood, first and foremost, I got to shout out Loser Lounge because they always show me love. I mean, they got the punk rock scene on lock, and I'm the only hip-hop guy that throws shows there. And, I mean, shout out to the owner for betting on a hip-hop guy, you know what I'm saying? So, and usually I get static from certain venue owners like, they scared to throw hip-hop shows. Yeah, because, they
That's
got
so
a
funny.
certain mindset about hip-hop still, and it's crazy because it's 2021. But Loser Lounge doesn't have that kind of vibe. So
Yeah, shout out to those fucking the risk taker venue owners, and we have the same
Yeah.
kind of problem in here with Ever Evolve sometimes. Where
yeah,
we would have be
they're like, yo, it's hip hop. Y'all gonna have the
Yeah,
thugs
like,
out
you
there.
guys are gonna be fucking too rowdy in here. We're gonna fucking shut this down early.
yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's wild that it actually happens.
yeah,
though.
man. Oh, I want to shout out also this venue, Mad Robot. That, unfortunately, the pandemic caused them to close, but they were also a really, really good venue. They were right by like this local college, FAU. And yeah, man, I always had fantastic shows there, but due to the pandemic, they had to close. So shout out to them.
Always want to support local venues that are affected by COVID.
Yes,
so
sir.
always support those guys. Support local as much as you can.
Yep.
So, how long have you been performing? You seem to be very used to this kind of shit.
I started performing at the age of 16 at a talent show in high school, and I was scared as fuck. And I had the mic stand set up so I would not fucking like move. I wasn't holding the mic. I just had the mic stand sitting there and I was just rapping. It was pretty bad. But people seemed to like it. So that boosted my confidence and I ended up, I just kept doing it and gradually learned how to perform. And then after high school, I decided to like actually go to real venues and rap. And then I really learned how to perform by performing in South Beach every week. There was like this little open mic shit happening right on South Beach, right on the Strip every Wednesday night. So we would make sure to go there every Wednesday night. And we weren't old enough to get in the club now, so I had to negotiate, argue, pay my way into the club every Wednesday night. But I did that shit over and over again, and that taught me how to perform because then I was performing for motherfuckers who were drunk, partying, and they want to hear some shit that they like, or they're leaving and going to the next bar. So I had to learn how to keep a crowd. So
What was the earliest you were performing at a 21 plus venue?
I was 17.
17? Like right away, from 16 to 17. I'm gonna do a talent show at 16. We're going to go fucking professional at fucking
Yeah,
17.
yeah.
1 year. That's
Fucking
dope.
wildin'.
That's really cool.
That's Florida shit. No parental guidance.
Did you? Fuck it. We don't need it. We got pretty
You
prosperity.
got
without
yo,
it.
and this was a wild club, bro. This was not a normal club. This wasn't like a high end South Beach club. This was like the rundown one on the same strip. So like you had prostitutes in the back selling pussy, and then you had motherfuckers doing
got the
coke. You got
entertainment
their
out there.
you get not for not much, and then you had their cokes. I mean their pimps in the back doing coke. It was pretty wild, man. It was a wild.
So you
for
got a
young
good amount of
nigga
the
in there, it was
entertainment
wild.
industry out there, huh?
Yeah,
In one venue, you got a good amount of the
There was a
entertainment
lot of
industry.
learning, man. A lot of learning, and a lot of ducking police officers.
You got the good side of the entertainment industry and the bad side, all under one roof.
Absolutely, man. Oh, I also got to shout out my uncle too, Shorty Allen the Great. He put me on the path to music because he toured with the Fugees back in '98 on the Smoking Groove tour.
Word.
He was their DJ.
That's really cool.
And yeah, that put me
That
on
is
that
fucking
path a little bit.
iconic right there.
Yeah, that was a big deal. And he does the Great FM down there in Miami. So shout out to them.
Shout out to that guy. That's awesome. Did you start at the talent shows with like original music, or did you have your own music?
I actually had the first guy who ever made me beats was the guy who I was performing with, and he's of Turkish descent. So forgive me, all my Turkish brothers and sisters watching, but he would play this traditional Turkish drum. I don't remember what it's called. He would play the drum. I would freestyle a cappella. Well, it wasn't freestyle, it was pre-written, but I would rap to that for the shows, and that's how it started. And then eventually he made beats, and we went to the studio. I would spend all my allowance, so I wouldn't eat at lunch anymore. I would just fucking spend all that at the studio. And we made an album actually in high school and sold it in high school. We made money and then took all that money, went back to the studio and spent it on some more studio time.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah.
Young ambition right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You got
So I've been wanting this for a long time, man.
That's dope. Did you guys do the album after you were 16, after the talent show, or
No, that was all that 16, that year 16.
so
We
you
did
got
all
super
that.
hungry that 1 year, huh?
Yeah, just to say, like, and it was weird because he just asked me one that we both had creative writing class, and he just asked me like, "Yo, you want to make an album?" I was like, "Yeah." You rap,
Forget
right? Like, yeah,
The rest is history.
yeah. And it was funny because I fronted at first. I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been in the studio plenty. Never been in a fucking studio." You know what I'm saying? But hey, you got to
I'm
front your
already
way in the game
16. I'm
sometimes.
at the studio, man.
Exactly.
No, I got all the connects.
Yeah,
Don't
man,
even
I'm in
fucking
the studio
trip.
all the time. Don't trip, bro. We just need some money.
I want to see super cool at 16. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. Let's get into it.
How do you judge your performance now when it is compared to when you were 16?
I just feel like I have way more confidence. I feel like I'm happy with what I'm doing as far as like I feel like it's good. So I feel cool doing it. Whereas back then it was just like you're a kid, so you feel awkward as fuck. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yo,
You're more
everybody
intent
hates this. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel like, hey man, if you
But
don't
now you
like
don't
it, I
give
guess
a
it's
fuck.
not for you. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's like, yo, this is what it is.
You're gonna hear this music whether
Whether
you like it or not. I don't
yeah.
give a fuck. I
That's
need
it.
to express my shit.
Yeah, damn right.
Somebody's gonna like it out there. That's for damn sure.
Basically, because there's 7 billion people on Earth, man. So somebody's gonna fuck with your shit.
And everybody in this room definitely fucks with your shit.
Oh, I appreciate y'all.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that. And you have an like endless fucking playlist. It seems. I think it's pretty dope.
Yeah, and I have to give it up to one of my favorite artists in the world, Currency. Yeah, I got to give it up to one of my favorite artists in the world, Currency. That's why I have so much music myself, because I learned from him, man. I went on tour with the man. And,
I was literally,
you know?
I was gonna ask, like, man, are you like competing with Currency right now? Because I swear he is the only other artist that like releases as much songs
Nah,
as you would.
I
man.
can't compete with that man, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Rule number 1 in the 48 Laws of Power, man. Never outshine the master. And
Facts.
I feel like
I actually have that book chilling on
Hey,
the fucking
man.
floor right here.
that's one of my favorite books. So
That
yeah,
is definitely
man.
a fucking definitely a really good book.
Yeah,
to get
man.
some
I feel like
knowledge off
he's
of.
one of the best ever to do it, and I'm just following his blueprint that he put out there, pretty much.
How do you get that motivation and all those ideas to even try to emulate what he's doing?
Mental illness. Nah, man, I just feel like, yo, man, I be having a lot of thoughts and just, yo, I gotta express myself, bro. If I didn't have music, I would fucking go crazy, bro, to be honest. Like, that's my real answer. If I wasn't able to create all this shit, I would be a fucking wreck. For real, for real.
So, it would be safe to say you had performances before you had releases of music, right? Or
Yeah, performing for years before we started putting them out. And I just gradually just said, I used to do like one project a year, and then it turned into 2 projects a year where I would take like 6 months of like working on it and then build up and all that shit. And then eventually I said, fuck it, man. People are streaming music. So their not their IQs, but their attention spans are getting lower and lower as far as like being able to like digest music. So they want more and more. So I want to be that guy that's going to give you a fucking album a month because I fucking can. This shit is easy. Like literally, this shit is easy for me to create it. So why not give it to you? Like, because people tell me all the time, like, yo, bro, like that song is fire. Why'd you just give it out? Like, yo, I'll make another. Like I'm not intimidated by like songs that I make. I just feel like, yo, if it's good, I can make another one. I have confidence I can make another song.
I'm a waterfall of creativity, goddammit. Yeah. Fucking endless. And that was like one of the album names you had recently too, like just for the fuck of it, almost. Right?
Wait, which one?
I think it was called "Just for the Hell of It" or something.
Just because we could, yeah, or just because we can, yeah. That was me and Ace Picasso from he's an artist from Memphis. We tagged up on that, and last year I just started doing duo tapes with people where I was just like I did 2 with Brizzle last year, where I would just link up with another artist because shout out to DistroKid, they make it so fucking easy to just link up with an artist and just, hey, let's do a tape together real quick. So I'm going to keep doing that shit because it's mad fun. And I mean, I like doing it with artists from different regions because it's like, yo, your fans are getting to meet my fans and y'all are like figuring me out. Like I got Memphis people now fucking with my music because I did a tape with Ace Picasso and vice versa for him. So yeah.
That's really fucking awesome. I would say
I got one with Rhymester coming up soon too.
We can talk about that in a moment.
Yeah, that's in the can.
We'll talk about that in a moment real quick. I just want to get these questions.
Shout out to my dog Hayward too, man. We got some videos coming too.
So with all the performances you have, and all the fucking songs you have, how do you choose what to perform?
Sometimes I go based off of like ones that had like a certain reaction from people, or just like if I see like, yo, the numbers kind of bubbled online where people won't get over the song. Like for instance, Night Raid, that's a song that I did in 2017, and people just still to this day, man, like when I check like my numbers and shit, that song is always consistently within the top. If it's not the top at the moment, it's in the top 5. So I have to keep doing that song because it's clearly a song that connects with people. Because there's a lot of anime fans out there, and there's a lot of anime fans that happen to listen to hip-hop. So let's put the worlds together. Yeah.
So do you remember like every single one of the songs that you released?
Hell nah. And that's that sometimes sucks because like I'll be at a random show doing a performance, and somebody in the crowd will be like, yo, do this song. And I'm like, damn, homie, like I don't know that record right now, bro. Like that just happened to me at my last show. It was a cat. Shout out to this guy Keezy, man. He's a big fan of mine, and this was his first show that he actually came out to see me. And he was like, "Yeah, man." So he's going through his Spotify. He's like, "Yo, I love this song. Can you do this song?" And it's like, "Damn, homie. Like I know this is your first time seeing me perform, but I ain't doing them records." So the set is already made. I got a set.
You're gonna have to give you some extra data.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hit me up like a week before the show. At least tell me like, hey, I really want you to do this song. But he ain't know no better. So shout out to him, man.
So your oldest songs on your Spotify would at least go back to 2012. I saw
2012, yeah.
Well, that starts with IV for Prez.
IV for Prez, yeah.
Do you remember any songs from there?
Yeah, Encourage. We used to. That was a song I performed a lot. Encourage. We got a video to that.
That's like ingrained in the mind.
That's just like, just stuck in my head. There's a couple songs on there like I think Dreamin' is another one. There's a couple. That was a pretty big record for me at the time. Like I took all my financial aid money that I got back. Like I made sure not to buy any books at school just to get financial aid money to press up copies. You know what I'm saying? So that was a big record for me. So I remember a lot of those. You know what I'm saying?
And then your other song following, or other album now following with that was Trill Clinton.
Trill
right?
Clinton, yeah.
2013.
Yeah. I remember Back to the Set. That's another one that's ingrained in here because I would perform that a lot. So Back to the Set off that album, I remember that.
Were you releasing songs before those 2012 years, or?
Oh, yeah. I was releasing shit, but I was...
Not for the public.
Yeah, more like that Piff type shit. Freestyling over other people's shit, you know how it is when you're first starting, you're trying to like figure out your footing and like, you know what I'm saying, like trying to figure out what kind of rapper you want to be. So all that shit was like back then.
So like you mentioned earlier that you had like one fucking album a year or something. I noticed on your Spotify you had like one album a year, like from 2015, 2016, and then like 1 year you had nothing. And then you blew up out of nowhere.
Right.
Like a crazy amount of songs. What happened in that period right there?
Probably in that period, if it's the right period, I'm thinking that's when I decided to expand Bro Life. So the Bro Life started off as just like literally my crew, like people that I knew from high school and shit, like people I grew up with. And then people I met along the way, like Brizzle, for instance, I met him along the way. But then I decided, like, yo, let's expand this shit. So it turned into like, yo, let's find everybody that's dope in Florida or in the surrounding area, and let's see if we could put them in Bro Life. Because fuck it, let's just make it a 30-man group. I was kind of on some like mad scientist shit, but it had a purpose because eventually we whittled it back down to the core group, and it made sense. So like that's how I got Beretta Biz, who lives in Memphis, from that process of just adding a bunch of motherfuckers in the group.
Sounds like you were trying to build an army.
Basically, and we kind of did.
Music army right there.
You know what I'm saying? We did. You know? And it worked. So after that, after I built an army, then from there, that's when we got opportunities like touring with Currency. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I decided to ramp it up. Seeing that guy like close up in person doing what he does, and night after night seeing him kill it, and just watching his process and getting to chop it up with him and the crew. It was just amazing, man. It was an amazing time to like learn. You know what I'm saying? So I took it as a learning opportunity.
So what's the mission for Bro Life right now from when you started?
Well, I feel like now, like everybody in Bro Life has matured as artists. So I feel like everybody's kind of come to their own. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody is just independently getting it. As long as they just keep dropping music, that's all I want. You know, but they're free to do as they wish, because I feel like everybody has kind of matured to the point where I don't have to oversee anything. You know what I'm saying?
Are you like the teacher out there for Bro Life?
Not, I wouldn't say a teacher. I would say just more so like just somebody who
The sensei?
not even a sensei. I would just say that I was the leader for a while, the orchestrator, yeah. But I feel like everybody has kind of finally come into their own, where I feel like everybody's a boss in their own right on the team.
Lead,
now.
not follow, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like everybody on the team now is a boss on their own. And yeah, man, I want all of, because I have another imprint called DRS, Dead Rapper Society. So I want all of them. My goal is for everybody who is in Bro Life to have their own imprints and do their thing. And we're just a conglomerate.
That sounds some like Nipsey Hussle mindset right
Yeah,
there. Fucking
facts.
Make a community of work and business and just entrepreneurs and shit.
Yeah, facts, man.
Awesome. Like if I thrive, you thrive too.
That's it. And I feel the same way with working with Ever Evolved, man, and working with you guys. I feel like, you know, if one of us in this room fucking starts winning, we all winning, man, because we all fuck with each other. We all work together. And we gonna stay like that. I have no plans on changing, and I know most of the people in this room don't plan on changing.
Yeah,
either.
it's like we have a little faction here in Chicago with Ever Evolved, and you have your own there, and we just connected.
Right, and
The same idea.
I feel like we're literally a mirror image of each other, and it's really wild.
We just Midwest. You are like
we just down
Southeast,
south.
right?
That's
Yeah,
it,
there you
yeah,
go.
man. But it ain't
Really
nothing
dope.
different. We all on the same wave. We all just want to get it in our own way and not have to bend to the will of the industry. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome. That's good to hear. Glad to hear you're making those moves for even other people other than yourself in your own locality.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So last year, I realized that I think even we had a couple of articles on your songs. Wilhelm Duke, one of my writers on Ever Evolved, will be talking about your stuff. He mentioned that you made like a bunch of albums. I think you have a total of 8 albums.
It's actually
last year.
11.
11 albums. Wow, I misnumbered that.
Yeah.
Because I have a counting here of like 8 albums, 3 EPs, and like 9 singles, like according to Spotify.
And check this out. I caught COVID last year, so I couldn't
And
work
he
for an
caught
entire
COVID.
month. I couldn't rap or record for an entire month, and I still managed to get out 11. But,
This guy wants his own Last Dance documentary out here. He's like, I
But
got
listen,
sick and I'm still working.
You
son."
feel me? But listen, I will say not all 11 were solo projects. Like I said, I did a lot of duo EPs with people. So I did like a team up EP with XX Tina. I did 2 with Brizzle, and I did 1 with Beretta Biz, and I did another one with Ace Picasso from Memphis. So that helped supplement those 11. You know what I'm saying? So some of those were like 5 tracks. You know what I'm saying? 4 tracks or whatever. But
So I probably undercounted because I over here I counted. That's like at least from what I have recorded, there's like 107 songs for 1 year.
Wow, yeah, maybe you did on the count.
107. So you
Yeah.
probably have a little bit more than that, huh?
Yeah, and my goal is for when you get on my Spotify, you know how like you surfing YouTube and you get caught in this YouTube like train where it's like, yo, I don't know. I started looking up flying saucers and now I'm looking up Greeks on the moon. What the fuck is going on? I want that to be like how you feel when you go on my Spotify. You going for one song, you might go for Night Raid, but then you ain't gonna leave. You just gonna keep listening to more and more and more of my shit because I got so much shit that you don't have to go to another artist page. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah,
Yeah,
because even
man.
like your recent beats were more like hype and stuff, and then I think it was like All Eyes on Vito. I think it was like more chill and stuff. There's a lot
Right.
of chill beats in that one.
Yeah, and I feel like I look at hip hop like life. So, you know, I don't feel like I'm an artist that's a caricature. So, I'm not on one mode at all times. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you listen to my music, you're getting me as a person in 360. Meaning, like, you know, some days you're gonna be introspective. Some days you're gonna be hype. Some days you're gonna be on some fuck shit. Some days you want to slap a bitch. It just depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you get my music, you're gonna get those phases of life through that. You know what I mean?
You got a favorite from what you have recorded within this last year when it comes to albums? What would you recommend if somebody was asking about Ivan L of 2020? What would you be like? This is what you got to hear.
All right. First and foremost, I would go All Eyes on Vito because that's easy listening. You know, that's me at my most easy listening. You feel me? So it's like if you're a mainstream fan or whatever, put that on. You're gonna fuck with it. You get what I'm saying? Then there's This Ain't No Love Story. That was really cool because I got to get collabs from some cool ass people like famous folks. Like I got a song with Quentin Miller. I got a song with Fendi P of Jet Life. I got a song with Mike Smith. He's big back home. He's a Miami artist. I got a song with Rossi Rock from San Diego. He's big out there. So that was a cool time. And then my 2 personal favorites though is Quarantine This, the one and 2. Because I put it out right as the quarantine was hitting because I just figured like, yo, they gonna lock everything down. This is the time where people need music. You feel me?
Let me capitalize on this
Yeah,
moment right
you
here.
know what I'm saying? So quarantine this 1 and 2 are my personal favorites. But yeah, man.
And this year you have 1 LP and a leftover compilation.
Yeah, oh shit. You know about that. The left
Just chilling.
Yeah, so right now I'm using my SoundCloud as like a dumping ground for like all the extra shit that's like I ain't gonna put this out on the streamers, but hey, if you're a real fan of mine here, you can have this shit. This is just some like shit that maybe I don't think is that good, or it's just like I don't know, it's weird. I don't know where to put it. So
This belongs.
It's on SoundCloud.
This should have been in 2020. Let me just throw it.
yeah, you feel me? So yeah, I mean, man, it's work, and my February tape is practically almost done. Shit, Keem done heard a lot of it today in the car, so he got a particular song he likes off it called Airport Road. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we ready, man. We gonna keep giving it to you.
Yeah, I mean, definitely sound ready for judging from your last whole discography, all your playlists and shit. I'm pretty sure you're ready. You probably
Yeah,
have like
man.
12 albums already just chilling in your back pocket right now.
Just
right?
chilling, yo. Honestly, because on the last album, like This Ain't No Deluxe, I got certain songs that are like literally over a year old. That I was just like, I think it's the time to finally let that
The
hit.
public is ready.
Yeah, and I gotta shout out Ghost for that. One of my producers, cause yeah, I literally like what we do. We literally record 3 songs a week, every week, consistently. So it's 52 weeks in a year. You know what I'm saying? So just think about that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fucking awesome.
That shit racks up. So I got songs on songs on songs. I got songs that are basically now 2 years old that I still have not released. That are pretty good. And it's like, maybe I'll release it. Maybe you'll get it. Maybe you won't.
You ain't ready for them.
You
That's
know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying?
It just has to happen.
My goal,
Naturally.
I gotta leave some shit for my kids. You know what I'm saying? Just in case, hey, God forbid, you know, I'm not here. They got some shit that they could eat off later on. Like, yo, I got some unreleased shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if Van Gogh had some like some like unreleased paintings.
Right.
That shit would go for a lot of money right now. You know what I mean? So I gotta hold some of that.
You're awesome.
Yeah, man.
So, what do you have planned for the next few months right
More
now?
music.
More music.
Nah, but not just that though. A lot more music videos. And I want to apologize to my fans. I know I slack on that because I get really engrossed in the making of the records portion. But I will say I'm very picky. Like, if you haven't noticed that by my music, so like I had to find the right videographer to team with to get my vision out. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm not comfortable with like the videography, then I'm not gonna put it out, because there's plenty of videos that I shot last year that, you know, the end result I was like, I don't like it. It's not coming out. But shout out to Hayward. We shot like 3 videos already that are sitting in the cut that are gonna be coming out this year. So I think I'm gonna give y'all a lot more videos this year.
Do you expect them with any kind of timeline, like this season or next season, summer, winter, whatever?
I gotta talk to Hayward about that. But
Let's get the schedule going, Hayward.
you know, as soon as possible we're gonna get you feel me?
Let's put it on the to-do list.
But as soon as possible we're gonna get some visuals to y'all. And I'm also gonna link up with a couple guys local that I just like been talking to as of yet, and maybe I'll shoot some like in the middle shit with them too. I'm just trying to give y'all as much videos as many videos as I do with like as many releases that I give. So I mean, obviously I can't shoot a video for every song, but I need to shoot a lot more than I have been. So I'm working on that.
So what's going to be the first one that you're going to be releasing? Do you know?
That's up to Hayward once again.
Again.
So I'm not sure. But maybe Oliver Stone might be the first one. Who knows? But then I got some shit with Rhymester low key, but we just got to figure out when me and him are going to put that tape together and put it out. So it might be Oliver Stone first, because that song is already out. So maybe we'll put that video out first.
So the projects you got with Ever Evolved, you guys are already completed with them?
I mean, we just been working so sporadically and randomly that it's like we just got to sit down one day, and I guess we're going to have to do a conference call style when I'm back home. But we just got to listen to the records and figure out, like, all right, which ones are we actually going to put out? But we got a gang of records, like, for real, for real. Every time I come out, we make, like, at least 2 or 3. And we're going to go back to the studio tonight and make some more.
So how'd you actually, like, last couple of questions, how'd you actually get connected with Ever Evolved?
All right, so it's kind of like one of those 6 degrees of separation situations. So I was hosting a show in Miami for Rolling Loud Weekend at some club, and I'm there with my dogs, and one of my dogs, shout out to Dirty Double D, we're in this VIP section or whatever, he sees Jay from Ever Evolved. They hit it off.
Shout out Jay the artist.
You know what I'm saying? So they hit it off, they get the chit-chatting or whatever. So later on down the line, I'm already planning out a Midwest tour. So I'm, setting it up. I'm talking to the team about it, and he's like, "Well, hey, my girl Jay can set up an additional show in Chicago. She knows some people that throw shows out there." I'm like, "Word, bet, let's do it." Then that brings me out here where I end up meeting up with my dog Rhymester and the whole squad, and here we are today.
That's
You know what I mean?
awesome. That's great. Shout out Jay to making that connection with
Yeah,
us.
shout out for real.
And then after,
And it's crazy because I got booked for that show that same day. So imagine if I said, "Nah, I ain't gonna host your shit, bro."
But
Then I
Ivan
would've
is
never
all
been
about
here.
ambition and hunger, right? We need to
Exactly.
make some moves happen.
Exactly,
So
bro.
glad you made that decision to be at that show and to work with us, man. Because afterwards you came up, and I think the first time I saw you perform was at Throne Room, I believe, in Chicago. Was it in the winter? I'm not sure.
Throne Room?
But we were like giving away pizza and shit.
Okay. Was it
It
the
was on that
venue
second
above
floor.
the pizza spot?
Yeah. It was like the second floor.
That's the night I'm talking about. So yeah, that was my first time in Chicago.
Oh, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
that was a hell of a performance, man. How'd you enjoy the first performance in Chicago?
I loved it, man, because I was just like, I never performed for a Chicago audience. So I was just like, I love Chicago rappers like Kanye, Common, Twista, and all that. But I was just like, I don't know if they're gonna like my shit. Maybe my shit just weird and off brand to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't know how they're gonna react, but I'm gonna just do what I do. And y'all liked it. Thank
Well, lo and
God.
behold, we fuck with that. We rock with all the shit
Yeah.
you got, man.
Yeah,
and I'm
appreciate it.
glad that we got connected, dude. Really fucking happy you came onto the show. That's about all the questions I really have for you.
My man.
I'm glad you came by, and let's give us a couple of emails or where we can follow you at for Ivan.
All right,
Right now.
so basically on all social media, no matter what it is, where it's at, you can find me at Ivan L. Rhymes Well. So that's on the SoundCloud, the IG, the Facebook, Twitter, all that, you know what I mean? And then also there's Bro Life Music, also my homeboy that you're going to see me with during the performance, Brizzle Worrell. You can find him on all platforms, Brizzle Worrell. That's Worrell. And yeah, man, I could be found everywhere through that. Ivan L. Rhymes Well is IVAN L Rhymes RHYMES WELL. Ivan L. Rhymes Well.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate you coming by and having a good time with us and the performances. I'm pretty sure you have a couple more songs with us, right? Can you tell us
Yes,
something
sir.
about those before we did?
All right, so damn, what we gonna do? Well, we got Oliver Stone. I'm finna do that, and that's what my dog Brizzle, me and him put out a duo tape together. It's called Players of the Year, and before that we did, what was it called, dog? How to Be a Player and Players of the Year. So we got 2 EPs from last year, and
East side here, right?
yeah, and then East Side is from my tape called Tuxedo Mask 2. I'm a big anime fan, as y'all know. So Tuxedo Mask was a play on Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon. So yeah.
All right, well, we're going to get into these performances and, again, say thank you one more time to
Yes,
you,
sir, man.
Ivan.
Thank you.
Give it a fucking
Yes, sir.
pound right there. And stay tuned for more artists. This is the 4th episode of Prolific Profiles and a special guest straight from the southeast side, Florida.
Yeah.
Give some love. That's how we got to support local. Support from all provinces, Chicago and Florida. Let's do it.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the whole shop, man. Shout out to all of y'all, Ever Evolved. Thank you for having me, man, for real.
Stay tuned for new episodes.
I feel like Oliver Stone. These bitches won't leave me alone.
Calling them all on my phone.
Make sure it's turned up for the beat. That is.
C-Max 40
Alright.
today.
Shout out to C-Mac. His birthday is today, man. Happy birthday. Feel it? Hold up. Hey.
Hey, pal,
Hey.
you got any speed?
Get out the shine on my necks. Niggas don't even check us. I promise you just gon' respect us. I was young, I was driving a Lexus. My mama thought she could really protect us. For the street, got me moving so reckless. I hit the 20-piece during my breakfast. All of the rats got me counting my best. I rank it down like I'm teaching a lesson. I got a swag, I'm really the essence. But that player shit, young and I'm flexing. Y'all niggas saying shit really depressing. I'm not with the stressing. I'm at the bar waiting for me a beverage. I'm drinking things and that's 24/7. Cause the vision, I'm gonna be stepping. Man, rap told me really be rapping. You couldn't do it, y'all, not for a second. I had to prove it, get maximum effort. I'm with the Ubers to chillin' on guest list. Fucking, I'm back with the message. Y'all niggas sucking, I'm not talking records. Playing acting, really protected. I'm playing chess, I am not playing checkers. Hey, I feel like Oliver Stone. These bitches won't leave me alone. Recording them all on my phone. I feel like Oliver Stone. Hey, I feel like Oliver Stone. These bitches won't leave me alone. Recording them all on my phone. I feel like Oliver Stone. I feel like Oliver Stone.
These bitches won't leave me alone. Recording them all on my phone. I feel like Oliver Stone. Hey, I feel like Oliver Stone. These bitches won't leave me alone. Recording them all on my phone. I feel like Oliver Stone. Hey.
Sipping on diesel, you know it's survive. The way that I'm smoking, I live in the sky. Himalayan flow, colder than ice. Get in my zone, boy, I ain't nothing nice. Summertime shit, I slip and I slide. Style to play, you might catch a vibe. All in the function, it's time to get right. When the bra see me, she choosing on sight. First with the gift, man, this give me for life. Second nature don't even think twice. 10 years in the making, I got it so nice. Not related to the buster, I'm ripping these rhymes. Shout out Vito, that's my brother for life. In the stew, man, we had a long night. When I was broke, I was bumming for rides. Now I got a whip, so yo, bitch wanna slide. Homie, you know what I do. Big nigga, so I'm next with the crew. Fuck your chick, if you knew what I knew. She leaving with me, but she came in with you. Essentially, player, I'm after these riches. Slide like a 6'4", hitting these switches. Please don't try to play me, cause I'ma hit you with who ain't got no bitches, huh? Bitches won't leave me alone. Recording them all on my phone. I feel like Oliver Stone. I feel like Oliver Stone. These bitches won't leave me alone. Recording them all on my phone. I feel like Oliver Stone. Hey, I feel like Oliver Stone. These bitches won't leave me alone. Recording them all on my phone. I feel like Oliver Stone. Hey, I feel like Oliver Stone. These bitches won't leave me alone. Recording them all on my phone. I feel like Oliver Stone.
Alright, yo, I need everybody to rock with me on this next one. Alright, it's dedicated to the West Coast, man. I was chilling in Cali, and I just didn't feel like I wanted to go home yet. So I was on the West Side rapping for the East Side. East Side rapping what you know. I'm on the West Side rapping for the East Side, but I don't want to go. Hey, y'all fuck with this real quick, man. Y'all fuck with this.
Come on.
I'm on the West Side rapping for the East Side. East Side rapping what you know. I'm on the West Side rapping for the East Side, but I don't wanna go. Tell you hold on, bother me. Hey, tell you hold on, bother me. Hey, I'm on the West Side rapping for the East Side. Hold up, but I don't wanna go. Hold up, gang signs out the window, you bitch. Are you talking that shit or are you living it, bitch?
Y'all touring worldwide.
Let's get into some shit. I never claim gangsta, I'm really legit. Been through it all, every day at the summer and the fall. Going so hard, probably about to hit a wall. All of that talking, I should probably break your jaw. Come and meet me at the bar if you wanna be a star. Bring a pen, got the oil on 10, no pretend. Lame ass rappers always wanna be my friend, man. If you want a feature, probably do it for the 10. I probably do it for a dozen if you talk to me again.
On the West Side,
Rapping for the East Side. East Side rapping what you know. I'm on the West Side rapping for the East Side. Hold up, but I don't wanna. Hey, tell you hold on, bother me. Hey, tell you hold on, bother me. Hold up, I'm on the West Side rapping for the East Side. Hey, but I don't wanna go. Hold up, Stones Cold Steve Austin with it. Yeah, they chillin' on my neck, but I ain't flossing with it. Told the rap game, really, all of y'all can get it. I ain't got no friends, say I'm so sedated. Only rollin' with my brothers, yeah, we're so forbidden. I need a soul forbidden, and I ain't talking about editors. Talking poppin' the cheddar. That cheese making me better. That shoulders light as a feather. And I ain't worried about nothing. Music Jordan the jumping, been reportedly bumping. Ice Cube, Ice T, yeah, the real OGs. Can't forget Nate Dogg with the melodies. I hear his comeback season to FLO, please. Rapping for the East Side. East Side rapping what you know. I'm on the West Side rapping for the East Side, but I don't wanna. Hey, tell you hold on,
bother me.
Hey, tell you hold on, bother me. I'm on the West Side rapping for the East Side, but I don't wanna go. I don't even wanna go home tonight, man.